Aikido is not a matter of merely acquiring physical strength or technique. Its founder, Morihei Ueshiba, conceived of his art as a discipline for purification of the self, and as a means for converting the sword into a life-giving instrument. For Ueshiba O-sensei, the techniques of Aiki represent an expression of divine will. This is the key to understanding Aikido's deeper purpose beyond self-defense. In its larger sense, it is a path leading to the merging of man's spirit with the workings of the universe. The secret of Aikido lies in uniting ourselves with the universe by purifying ourselves and harmonizing with the movement of the universe. For those who master the secrets of Aikido, the universe lies within. Thus may I say, I who am the universe.
通の木、神羅万象、すべてのものの万有の青命を貫いてやな、息吹してこともと許して、愛育することに、一般のご奉公するのが、すなわちこの合気道。合気道こそやな、すべてのものの完成の道に対して、ご奉公する。ただ、チャンパラじゃありません。チャンパラは体と体、もろとものその、すれを一日において、ついに冷戦のやむなきに至る。それから日本の国の歴史、地理をよく考えないから。歴史には日本の国の戦術をことごとく出ている本がある。それを古典という古事記。あるいは、古事組なんか皆さん。なぜこの戦術においてか、もうすでに非常な争いは、もはや立ち、もう古くない。これは空の地の上になっている。地の戦術を行わねば。すなわち相手の地の戦術。今までは対一方で、個体の世界。ところが、今度は、あるいは渋滞の位置に切り、あるいは液体の位置、あるいは気体の位置。私の機械の位置から始まって。そういうことです。それから昨日のご覧後で土でもって倒す。何も手を触って倒すんじゃない。そういうのもある。土でもってるからになって。なぜか自分のところの主に相手を導いてる。器用な相手ここに座ってる。相手はやな。高所あるという肩じゃありませんよ。肩をこしらえた思うといかんの。その折でやっていくの。これが万有万全の条理を明示するところの、大成一致の本義そのものこそこの合気道の元になる。 の中を振り返って、本当の真感を持って自分の身体を眺めていたられば、その悟りにおいてことごとく神岡の歴史がことごとくこの地の中に流れているんですよ。身の内にあるんです。数百億万年の昔も、未来もやな。現在そのままに自己の身の内に、一代のうちには、そうなんでる決意の結構である。このすべてを限る体内のすべての操作、ことごとくこれは神の歴史を物語るものです。で、これが、あいつ要するに一口に言うたら、まあ、皆世界を和合させてやな。仲良くして、この、非常に楽路の建設こそ合気道の巣なんです。まあ、仲良くしようじゃないかと、こういうなんか敵はない。無抵抗主義になってくるわけです。けど、無抵抗主義の中には、潜んでるのは大なる抵抗主義ですよ。みんなを言うことにだって、一見一見残らず苦労ばやな、行わず、本当に日本のこれはええことを上島の自由が教えてくれ。ありがたいし、喜んでもらってこそ、上島の自由の価値があるんです。
In Aikido, heaven and earth are the training grounds. There is no end to the path of training. One's whole life is a period of training, and a path which has no limit nor end. Therefore, we who pursue this path should fill our hearts with the great love of heaven and earth. We should train with the loving protection of all things as our mission, and remember the true martial arts path to complete this mission. Morihei Ueshiba, founder of Aikido. Unlike classical Japanese martial arts, which stressed victory at all costs on the battlefield, Ueshiba O-sensei conceived of Aikido as a means for achieving the peaceful resolution of conflict and promoting harmonious interaction among members of society. Today, the martial art he originated is practiced by more than 300,000 enthusiasts all over the world. The founder passed away in 1969, and for many of today's practitioners, he has assumed an almost mythical dimension. Yet to convert this most extraordinary individual into a mere icon would render a disservice to the ideal he strove so hard to achieve. What is the origin of Aikido techniques? What influences shaped the founder's thinking? It is the early formative years of Morihei Ueshiba which hold the key to an understanding of the uniqueness of modern Aikido. Let us explore the events of the life of the young Morihei Ueshiba in order to lift the shroud of mystery surrounding the creation of Aikido. Morihei was born in the port town of Tanabe in Wakayama Prefecture on December 14, 1883. As the only son of prominent community member Morihei Ueshiba. Morihei was a man of considerable means and served as a town councilman for many years. Morihei started out as a sickly child, but with his father's encouragement, he engaged in strenuous exercise, gradually achieving robust health. After passing his childhood in his native Tanabe, Morihei spent a period of several months in Tokyo at the age of 17, where he practiced Tenshin Shinyo-ryu Jujitsu. He soon fell ill with beriberi and was forced to return to his native Tanabe to regain his health. In late 1903, Morihei joined the Japanese Imperial Army shortly before the outbreak of the Russo-Japanese War. It was during his military service that he engaged in the study of Yagyu-ryu Jujitsu. Back home in Tanabe, after distinguishing himself in military service, Morihei spent several restless years, during which time he engaged in a brief period of training in judo about 1910. During this period, the Japanese government was providing incentives for those hardy individuals who would accept the challenge of settling the northernmost island of Hokkaido. In 1912, seeking a new life of adventure, Morihei led a party of young men from his native Tanabe to a remote area of Hokkaido called Shirataki. There, Ueshiba and the group set about the arduous task of hewing a new life out of the wilderness. Morihei was a leading citizen in this sparsely populated area and served for a time as a councilman. Life in Hokkaido was very demanding due to the severe weather conditions and backward nature of the area. Farming and logging were the main pursuits of the colonizers of this region. In 1915, Morihei had his fateful first encounter with Sokaku Takeda of Daito Ryu Jiu-Jitsu. This meeting changed the course of the founder's life, and the techniques of Daito Ryu left an indelible stamp on the Aikido which would later emerge. Morihei later invited his teacher Takeda to his home in Shirataki to accelerate his learning of the techniques of Daito Ryu. After a short time, Morihei was awarded scrolls attesting to his proficiency in Daito Ryu Jiu-Jitsu. Morihei left Hokkaido suddenly after receiving a telegram in late 1919 informing him that his father was gravely ill. He left his home and most of his possessions with Sokaku Takeda and set out for Tanabe. As Morihei was en route to his hometown, another event of great importance in the future development of Aikido was to take place. He detoured to the town of Ayabe near Kyoto to visit the center of the Omoto religion and pray for his father's recovery. It was there he met a most extraordinary individual, the colorful and enigmatic Onisaburo Deguchi. Deguchi, the prime mover behind the explosive growth of the Omoto religion, was soon to become Morihei's spiritual mentor, and Onisaburo's philosophical views would later serve as the ideological basis of Aikido. Arriving too late to comfort his dying father and overcome with grief, Morihei moved his family to Ayabe in the spring of 1920 to seek solace in the Omoto religion. He became an active member of the religious community and a trusted follower of Onisaburo Deguchi. Morihei's martial arts skills became well known among Omoto believers, and with Deguchi's blessing, he set aside part of his Ayabe home as a training facility where he taught Daito Ryu Aiki Jiu-Jitsu to fellow devotees. He also received Sokaku Takeda for 6 months in 1922, at which time he was awarded the Kyoju Dairi Teacher's Certification. Ueshiba became part of the inner group of Reverend Deguchi and served as his bodyguard. Among Onisaburo's grandiose visions was the establishment of a utopian colony in Mongolia, which would unite the world's religions. Onisaburo and a party of close associates, including Morihei, left secretly for the continent in February 1924. Deguchi's group became embroiled in local politics and obtained the backing of a prominent rebel leader. Their plans were, however, thwarted, and Deguchi, Ueshiba, and the other members of their party were captured by government authorities. The Japanese utopians were his consul, where they saved. This close brush with death tested Morihei's courage to the limit and caused him to enter into a period of deep self-examination. Following the harrowing experience in Mongolia, Ueshiba resumed martial arts instruction in Ayabe and other locations in the Kansai area. His fame as a martial artist gradually spread, and the founder was eventually invited to Tokyo to give demonstrations and seminars on behalf of Japan's military and political elite. Among his most ardent supporters was Admiral Isamu Takeshita, a retired officer with a distinguished career in the Foreign Service. Also a martial arts enthusiast, Takeshita was instrumental in having Ueshiba relocate to Tokyo in 1927. In 1930, Ueshiba had a visit from the famous Jigoro Kano, founder of judo, who was highly impressed with his unusual and graceful techniques. Kano dispatched several of his leading students to study under Ueshiba. After teaching in various locations in Tokyo with the support of a number of wealthy and influential patrons, Ueshiba finally settled permanently at a new location called the Kobukan Dojo, which opened in Tokyo's Shinjuku ward in April 1931. His martial art was gradually evolving away from the more jujitsu-like Daito-ryu techniques he had learned from Takeda, towards what came to be called Aikido. Interestingly enough, it is in this period of Morihei Ueshiba's life that his techniques are the most clearly documented. This is largely due to the survival of a series of more than 1,000 technical photos, which preserve for posterity his dynamic Aikido. Although Ueshiba had already begun to transform the techniques of Daito-ryu according to his own vision, these photos provide conclusive evidence of the continuing influence of Sokaku Takeda's teachings on early Aikido. The complex joint locks and pinning techniques shown in these photos are unmistakably from the Daito-ryu technical repertoire. And now we present the classic 1935 film, Budo.